big thanks to Jay Anderson for joining us to talk about the Celtic Cup for Scotland Wheelchair Rugby League in Wrexham this Saturday. Jay, it's great to have you. Obviously, you are, want to put this delicately, a veteran of the Scottish Wheelchair Rugby League setup. You know the lie of the land. You're a competitor. You've been recognised for your achievements. You've been Wheelchair Rugby Player of the Year. You know, where does this tournament sit for you in terms of this massive year of rugby league that we've got with a World Cup in the Northern Hemisphere in 2022? Where does the Celtic Cup sit for you?
Oh, it's definitely high up there. It's one of the few big competitions that we have, and we also get to play, Scotland get to play Wales, who are in the same group, so that's always going to be fun. We can start to work on our set routines, and we can, any chance that we can all get together and play in a pressurized environment, that's the biggest thing, is you don't get together on a pitch and recreate that pressure of an opposition, not like your teammates where you maybe know that they do this or they do that. When you play against another team, you don't know what they're going to come up to. You've got to think on the fly. So the Celtic Cup is a huge stepping stone towards the World Cup, definitely.
And obviously Wales have had a bit of a run of success in this tournament over the last few years, to say the least. And Scotland played Wales in a test last year. How do you think, as a team, Scotland has developed over the last few years, and particularly since last year? I mean, obviously COVID's played a huge part, hasn't it, in disrupting absolutely everything in the sports world. Where do you feel the team is at sort of right now?
Yeah, definitely COVID's had an impact on everyone. But as far as Scotland, the Scotland team are concerned, we've got new bodies on board, new coaching staff, new management staff, new players. So we actually got to know one another really quickly. That was the great thing about it. Everybody jumped on board and felt like they'd been part of the team for years. There wasn't all this storming, norming, conforming that you get going on. It was just, right, we're all here for the same goal. We're all here because we're proud of this badge. You know, we're all here for the same reason. And yeah, I've absolutely acknowledged Wales are a phenomenal team. They're tight, they're well drilled, but there's more to it. You know, they've got an extra little something that Scotland most definitely have always had. And with the new players coming on board, we've still got that as well. We've still got that almost that family feel to it. So although you think competition and fighting each other for places, it's not about fighting each other for places. It's about everybody raising everybody else's game. So that's the aim of Scotland. And when you've got newer players coming on, it actually helps you to think back and go, have I developed some bad habits? Do I need to, or we push each other at training, or come on, one more. Definitely having that fresh blood there gets everything going again, reminds you of your excitement for the game and your passion for the game, definitely. But yeah, all respect to Wales, but I don't know. I think Ireland and Scotland we're coming for you.
That's definitely what we like to hear. I mean, just in terms of what you said there, what really got to me, what you were saying really struck me, was you often see in sport, on your discussions about culture. You often hear that word used a lot when you're talking about team sport, culture, winning culture, all the rest of it. But you often hear that set up in terms of competition versus cooperation, you know, that the two don't go together. And actually, what you said then, what I took from some of what you were saying was, well, actually, two can go very well together, because the competition can also push you to learn from each other, to cooperate with each other, to help people, mentor people into the culture. I mean, do you find that as a senior player, part of your role now is to act as a mentor for newer players joining the squad?
I would hope so. I'd hope I've got enough knowledge and the right knowledge. I get it wrong, you know, I'm human. I get it wrong a lot. But that's where I'm learning as well. You know, I'm watching somebody else do something and going, yeah, I forgot about that, or yeah, I need to sharpen up on that. But I think, yeah, we can definitely, any of our senior players can pass on an immense amount of knowledge that we've gained. And, you know, we've been through different tournaments, different coaches, different clubs, we all come from all over the place, and all that experience going into one place, I think is maybe, could be more exciting. I don't know, I'll call it exciting. Could be more exciting than maybe if you always train together and you know what each other do. There's a positive to that. But when you add in this excitement of somebody from down north there, somebody from down south there, somebody from up north there, and you put them all together and you go, oh wow, this is really exciting. This is something I can't wait to get my teeth into and get all these ideas together. And as we do, pull together as a team, mash it out, see what works, see what doesn't, and to have, again, the coaching staff on board who come from different places, have got different experiences, but such experience. We're just scratching at the surface of the experience of the coaching staff at the moment, and we're getting some fantastic results. And the last time Scotland went out, got one of the best results. So that was beautiful to see that progression in such a short time with restricted training. And yeah, I think that I think we're going to throw a few spanners in the works.
Yeah, again, that's what we like to hear. I mean, just on the personal side, if I may, for a minute, Jay. Obviously, you're a competitive athlete. You're an international athlete. What are your personal ambitions for this year? Where do you want to see yourself in terms of how things are going to go in the Celtic Cup and the World Cup later in the year in the framework? What are you striving to achieve this year?
Even though I've been with Scotland for a year or two, I still want to learn. That is my biggest aim. The way I always say it is, when it comes to wheelchair rugby league, the handbook is not written, the playbook is not finished. If you watch the teams, the game actually evolves. So it may be that it's a passing game, one competition, and in the next competition it's about fast tagging and playing the ball quick. So the teams evolve to combat other teams, to beat other teams. So this game is consistently changing every turn, every term. It's changing and changing and changing. And me personally, I want to learn that, and then for Scotland to go forward, or me with Scotland to go forward and actually create it, rather than looking at it and seeing it, create it. We create our style. I would hope to be part of that. For this year, obviously the Celtic Cup coming up at the weekend, I just want to put a good showing. I want to show that I have picked up what our new coaches have implemented, and that we can break down these defences, that our defence will hold tight, that our communication is good, that I can show that I can listen, I can react, I can read the game. That's my big thing. I'm sadly coming back from a shoulder injury and a thumb injury, so that is always a pain, but that's part of sport. Everybody's had injuries, everybody's had knocks. Most of the Scotland team will tell you they've had an injury of some kind. So we're all coming, probably somebody's coming back from some injury at some point. But yeah, my biggest thing is I want to work on my fitness and aim for that shirt in the World Cup. And if I don't get it, then there better be 10 players better than me, and I'll make sure of it. And I'll keep pushing them at training, and I'll keep trying to catch them out and pick them off, and in a friendly way, but just to say, aye, yeah, I got you there. But just to encourage every single player to be better, myself included, and just to learn off these more experienced players. We've got a fantastic captain, like I said, we've got like Mike Mellon, our captain, who's done so much, and has got the repertoire you can believe of as far as skills. And then you've got Mark and Dave as our coaches, and learning from them, just being a sponge and absorbing every bit of experience they've obtained over the years. And then, yeah, hopefully fight for my shirt. And if I don't get it, I'll be there, and I'll be shouting at the sidelines, and I'll be telling them, you shouldn't have dropped that ball, or you shouldn't have missed that tackle, because I would have got it. But yeah, I'll be encouraging them if I don't make it. But I'm aiming for it, hopefully.
Yeah, it goes back to that competition cooperation thing that you were talking about, doesn't it? For helping them find that edge through providing your edge, yeah. Right? Which is really exciting for obviously yourself personally, for all of us watching. I mean, this is my first Celtic Cup as a fan. Right. So, everyone talks about the Celtic Cup who has seen it, been involved in it, says this is the most intense single day wheelchair rugby league experience. What's that like? Because playing multiple games on the same day in as arduous a sport as wheelchair rugby league, I wince at the thought of playing wheelchair rugby league to the standard that you play. How do you manage to deliver at that level for that length of time? I mean, it just strikes me as just an incredible effort that's required. And, how do you explain that to players that maybe haven't done that before and are coming into the side?
That's what you train for. That is exactly what you train for. You train for to play not just 80 minutes, but 80 minutes and beyond. So yeah, it maybe seems intense, but that's what we live and breathe. And go to the gym and ache the next day. That's what we do it for. We do it so that we get on there, get on that pitch, and we just keep going until somebody goes, get her off, she's knackered, or she's doing something wrong, or she's having brain fog, or get her off. And sometimes it does take that. Even you can yourself during the game can go, what direction am I going in? Because after a while you've got no oxygen left in your brain. But it's one of those two. It's not a weird competition. It's hard to explain the competition because it's the Celtic friends coming together and bashing each other for 80 minutes. So that's a weird one. So you go and hit each other for 80 minutes and all shake hands and have a laugh. Yeah, pretty much. So it's a good atmosphere to have under one roof.
Which in a way is a kind of microcosm, if you like, of rugby league in general, isn't it? As a sport, it's about as intense or as brutal a sport as you can get within certain parameters. And yet the respect level between the athletes and the fans is just, I would say, unmatched by other sports at times. It's phenomenal to watch how the athletes relate to each other, from afar, I might add, from a few rows back. It's fantastic to watch. Just in terms of the game in general, if I may, just pick your brains on this for a second. We do have a World Cup this year. Obviously, yourselves, you're looking for the shirt, to hang on to the shirt. You're looking to be competitive there and the team to do well and all the rest of it. But in terms of wheelchair rugby league in general, I know this is a big question. How much of an opportunity is the World Cup? Because clearly it's been on the rise in recent years and you've been there through that rise. How much of an opportunity is the Wheelchair Rugby League World Cup that's coming to us to really grow the game and really expand it and meet a new audience?
Oh, this year particularly, that's going to be the hope is, and I can't see it not being anything but huge for Wheelchair Rugby League. It's on the same platform as the men's running game and the women's running game. That's unheard of. That is unheard of, and that's about time. The wheelchair athletes, no matter what flag they go under, they train as hard and they put in the hours and maybe have to not spend time with family, not go to functions, not go on holidays because they're away at a competition. They sacrifice and blood, sweat and tears, all the rest of it. And it's nice. It's really nice to get that. Yep, you folks are athletes as well. You deserve that platform. And I hope that, and the big thing about rugby, sorry, I'm going to go on a wee tangent here. What a lot of our audience maybe wouldn't know is that it's able-bodied and disabled that play together on a 5-player team. Men, women, young, old. There's no, oh no, you can't play. It's the one sport where everybody can play. If they can push a chair, catch a ball, they can play. Plonk it on your knee and go. That's all you need to do. There's no barrier to stop you from coming in. And hopefully that's what we're going to get out, is that everybody just go and give it a go. Find your local club. There's a list of local clubs, and go and find a club, go and join it. And honestly, the feeling that you get when you join a club, and it's the sport of gentlemen. It's smash each other for 80 minutes and then have a laugh.
Yeah, the second part I could probably manage. The first part I think would be a bit too intense for me. But Jay, thank you.
I was going to say have a beer, you know, smash each other's plate 2 minutes and have a beer because I'm an elite athlete, but and I don't drink.
Of course not. Yeah, we can't condone such behaviour. Jay, thank you so much. Brilliant to talk to you. Really excited for Saturday. My first Celtic Cup as a viewer. Obviously, a great moment for yourself as an athlete to carry on this illustrious career. Thank you so much. Go Brave Hearts on Saturday, clearly. And yeah, I'll see you in Wrexham. Good luck.
Thank you so much. Thanks for your time, Mike.